All right. Mathematics 6, Lesson 1, Week 1, Addition and Subtraction of Fractions. So before we proceed to your lesson, let me know your idea about similar fractions and dissimilar fractions. Or sa Tagalog, parehas o magkatulad na hating bilang at ang di magkatulad na hating bilang. Similar fractions. We have 1/4 and 2/4. Another, we have dissimilar fractions, 1/8 and 2/4. Based on what you have observed, ano ang pagkakaiba ng dalawa? Okay, similar fractions. Another, we have dissimilar fractions. We have 8 and 4. Both denominator are not the same, or we call it is dissimilar fractions. So let me add your idea. Okay, similar fractions. I have here a problem and I'm going to read for you. So please listen and follow me. Okay, Stephen prepared the London juice for his daughter. He mixed 1/5 cup of the London juice and 3/5 cup of water. How many cups of liquid did he mix? So we have 1/5 cup of the London juice and 3/5 cup of water. So how are we going to solve these similar fractions? So let us find out. Once again, let us have an illustration. We have 1/5 and 3/5. So 1/5 and 3/5 are almost the same in this illustration. Size is almost the same because hinati natin siya sa tig-5. Okay. Pinagsama natin since siya liquid. Okay. Ano ang ginawa natin? Paano natin siya masosolve? Let us find out again. We call this grade 6 as similar fractions. So the answer is 4/5. Okay, 4/5. How or paano? Yan. Paano natin na-solve yung 1/5 or 3/5? 1 plus 3, we are going to add the numerator. 1 plus 3 equals 4. And we're just copy the denominator. Or let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our numerator will be 4 and the denominator will be 5. So very simple, di ba guys? Similar fractions is to solve is like that. Another, what kind of fraction is this? I have a problem here. A piece of yarn 1/2 meter long, Manny cut a piece 2/5 meter long and another piece 1/2 meter long and gave it to his friends. What part of the yarn was left with him? Kung mapapansin ninyo, grade 6, almost the same ang laki nila, pero 1/2 and 2/5. Hindi ba magkaiba yun? Pero hinati lang isa sa kalahati at kung mapapansin nyo, pinaghating 5 yung pangalawang example. Kinuha natin yung 2/5 ay yung isa naman is 1/2. But the answer is 9, 10. The question is how? Okay, so let us find out. On how are we going to solve a dissimilar fraction? We have 3 steps to solve dissimilar fractions. First, get the LCD or LCM of 2 and 5 and the LCD is 10. Second, get the equivalent fractions. And third, add the numerators over the common denominators. Okay, again, what is LCD? Grade 6. It is least common denominator. So what are the denominators? So the denominators is 2 and 5. Sir, bakit 2 may LCM? Okay. Kukunin natin ang LCM or least common multiples. So how are we going to get the least common multiples of 2 and 5? Okay, you can use cross multiplication on how are you going to get it. But first, let us get the LCD, which is 2 and 5. So on when we reach the 10. Another is 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 times 2 is 10. So we get the least common denominator, which is 10. Okay, so now we're going to cross multiply it. So what are we going to do? So first is 1 times 5. The answer is 5. And 2 times 2, the answer is 4. And we just copy the denominator and we're going to solve the numerator. 5 plus 4, what's the answer? It is 9. And we just copy the denominator, which is 10. And this is the answer. 9/10. All right. So now we're going to proceed to the next slide. You can cross multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5. And multiply the denominator, which is 2 times 5 is 10. So the same answer, we can get 9/10. Okay. So this is so very simple, right? Grade 6. So now let us, next slide. How do we subtract the dissimilar fraction? This is the question. How do we subtract the dissimilar fraction? Okay, subtracting of dissimilar fraction, we have 3 steps. Three simple steps. First, determine the LCD. The LCD of 15 and 24 is 120. Get the equivalent fractions. Third, subtract the numerator over the common denominator. So how are we going to do that? Okay, first, get the LCD of 15. So 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30, and so on until you get 120. And 24, the same. We have 24 times 1 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48 until you get 120. Just get the 120 as denominator. So how we're going to solve it? Okay. So first, we're going to write the denominator. So we have 120 and 120. So we're going to solve it. Okay. So first, we have 120 divide. Okay. We have 120 divide 24. The answer is 5 times 9 is 45. Another, we have 120 divide 15. The answer is 8 multiplied by 4. It is 32. So we're going to subtract 45 here to 32. And the answer is 13 over 120. So now, let us proceed to the next slide. Again, what is the difference of similar fractions to dissimilar fraction? So what's the answer? Similar fractions if the denominator are the same. Dissimilar fraction if the denominator are not the same. So easy, right? To remember. Next question is, how do we solve the similar fractions? So how do we solve the similar fractions? If they are similar, we just add the numerator and just copy the denominator. How about the dissimilar fraction? Get the LCD first. So we're going to get the denominator and get the least common of them. Okay, our least common multiple of them. Next, what should we do? Well, what should we do? Just cross multiply, okay? And we get the answer and just copy the denominator. Another is how do we subtract the dissimilar fraction? First, we got the LCD first, followed by what? Followed by divide the denominator to the another denominator, the first denominator we get, and we're going to multiply it to the numerator, and this will be the answer. The same with the another, and we just subtract it. Okay? Guys, it's so easy. So alam ko mahilig kayo ngayon sa mga challenge. Mga kabataan ngayon mahilig sa mga challenges. Napakaraming mga challenges. Okay, this is your challenge. Math challenge. We have 3/4 plus 5/6 minus 1/2. So what's the answer? So makikita ko yan pagdating sa akin ng modules at activity sheets nyo. At may sasagutan pa kayo. Don't forget, meron pa kayong sasagutan sa inyong activity sheet. So sana makatulong ang video na to para masagutan ninyo ang inyong mga activity sheets mula sa inyong modules. And these are the references. Okay, see ya. See you next time, grade 6.